This is a roadshow in San Diego. This is the second of 2 stores in San Diego that we're going to do a roadshow at. The goal of the roadshow is
world domination.
We're one mighty mill.
He blew it up. He blew it up there, Jesus. Good morning, Tony here. I'm in San Diego at the DoubleTree Circle Hill. We just had our first day of a Costco roadshow. I know nothing about selling product. I'm grateful that my older brother, my big brother, is in charge of our Costco roadshow. I think he's fueling up, and we can say good morning. It's Friday a.m.
Yes.
We had a big first day.
Yes.
We got to go back into Costco. We got to get set up. David knows about the Costco setup, and it's a question of inches and super organized and talking to every Costco person in the store and making sure that they're ready to go.
And I grew up watching the Patriots and Bill Belichick, and when you have a big game, you don't focus on the victory. You'll see I'm having a healthy breakfast here with some fruit, some coffee. My brother here.
Okay.
I don't know if he's eaten anything, but he's got to be ready to work.
Stone
really
milk.
hard
I'm
today.
holding out for a stone milk grilled cheese.
He doesn't like when I take control. Keep going, Tony.
So at 7:45, we're going to leave the hotel.
8.
We're going to leave at 8 o'clock.
Yes, please.
We got to get to store, and we've got to set up. The doors open there at what time?
10 o'clock.
This is a road show in San Diego. And the idea being, this is the second of 2 stores in San Diego that we're going to do a road show at. The goal of the road show is what?
World domination.
World domination, but to sell enough that the buyers and all the folks at Costco know that One Mighty Mill belongs in the San Diego area, and hopefully allows for world domination of stone milling as well.
And exactly right. And the bottom line is what's so exciting about being here is seeing how many people have been following us on Instagram in the San Diego area waiting for us to come. And we want to be coming everywhere, every community in the United States.
So everybody that is crazy enough to watch this video,
Yeah.
this long form, crazy video of 2 brothers trying to do stone milled domination across the U.S., then thank you, because you're helping push.
And who looks like the older brother would be my question.
The only final piece,
Yes.
really, to grow the One Mighty Mill mission, we need to be in more retailers. We want to be, Costco is really incredible because it's a price point that's affordable.
Yeah.
And ultimately, too, this represents a real culmination. We built a mill in Sebastopol, California, about 2 years ago. We started sourcing California wheat. We started milling it locally, baking it locally, and to sell it locally, all California represents the culmination of a lot of work.
Yeah.
All right, and the only other thing is I don't know anything about what David does, for better or worse, but I had my first day yesterday working alongside. He's a selling machine. He loves One Mighty Mill, loves our product, but he also likes having people taste it and get to experience. So I think for him, this is a great passion. It's not about sales. It's about really trying to get us, have more folks try our product and really love it and eat healthy.
And he did a great job yesterday. But what made me laugh was when we first got there and we're getting our grilled cheeses ready, the CDS folks who work the booth, and Tony's going, do we do a light toast or is it a darker brown?
I really wanted the product to be perfection. And then when I see how folks come in, just
It's
there's
a feeding frenzy.
It is a feeding frenzy.
The volume is different.
It looks.
So as I like to say, as long as the cheese is melted, we're in good shape.
All right. Well,
See you soon.
thank you. Good morning, and let's have a great sales day at Costco. He blew it up. He blew it up there, Jesus. So one of the things that you learn about the folks at Demo is they need to have a shit ton of stuff in their car.
The extra grill, because you never know when you're going to need one. Don't worry. He's stressing because he thinks I'm stressing. I'm not stressing.
No, he's not stressing.
No.
No stress
I had a
whatsoever.
diva moment earlier.
Just keep it in back.
All
Let's go.
right.
Let's go.
All right, we're going.
All right, we're off. 8:10, heading over to Costco Santee. So it's day 2, David. It's our second weekend of a road show. How many days? Can you remind me?
So it's a 4-day road show. We started on Thursday. We go all the way through all the way through Sunday. And basically, whenever Costco's open, we're open. So we set up Wednesday night, got a ton of bread in the store, set up our display so it looks really pretty. And then yesterday was the first day, which went really well. Big part of that day is getting to know the staff, the CDS staff, who are fantastic, who work at this Costco Santee store, and helping them sort of figure out the system for cooking, because you have to make a lot of samples to go through 10 and a half hours at a Costco. And so they worked out their system, and now we're really rocking and rolling. And we got about 3 more days left. Our goal is to sell every loaf of bread that we had delivered to the store.
So how much is that? How much is that?
Oh, it's 4 pallets. You know more. You
Yeah,
told me
so
what a pallet is.
each pallet has 630 loaves. So that's 2,520 loaves. And yesterday, you said it was a big day. We sold 330 twin packs. So that we actually sold exactly on the dot a pallet of bread. So 660 loaves of bread. And so you were saying the biggest part of the battle, anywhere that we're retailing, but obviously at a roadshow like this, is getting the Costco folks to know what we're doing, like what we're doing, all that.
Yeah, and it's also just so much about how do you develop a system to churn out enough samples for people to get to taste. Because with a demo, that's the piece that you can't do with products sitting on a shelf. It can look really pretty, it can smell good even, but taste, the only way to do that is to be there and sample to people. And so first and foremost, my goal is to make sure there's always samples ready for people to taste. And then again, it's introducing folks to our brand and what stone milled wheat is all about. And so to me, if we can sell every loaf that we've ordered, then we've communicated that message to a lot of people. And it makes it so that ideally, the store says we want to bring you in here regularly because there's a demand.
Well, the other thing I notice, you're loud, but in a way, it brings a lot of attention to what we're doing, and it becomes a curiosity because people want to know what the hell is going on, and then other people stop, and then more people stop, and all that.
Yeah, so it becomes like Disney World. If you can get like a nice crowd, a line going, everyone wants to get on the ride. So if you can create that kind of a feeling at the store, it's fantastic. And then one of my lines, Tony probably already heard me say it, is that we're One Mighty Mill, and we are here to disrupt the bread industry. And so when I'm yelling, I'll say, that's part of the reason I'm yelling. You cannot disrupt quietly. So that's really getting people's attention, and you got to help people, because so many people have become accustomed to saying, I don't eat bread, I don't eat gluten. And this is about helping folks who've had really negative experiences with bread that have made them not feel well, take a chance to taste our bread and take that risk that they might put something in their body that in the past has caused them to not feel well. That's a big jump, and it's exciting. I think we saw that a couple times yesterday, Tony, where someone who hadn't had bread in years took a sample and then said, I'm not having symptoms 5 minutes later when I would have normally with other breads.
So one thing, so we've established is you're my older brother, you're 3 years older than I am.
But I don't look it, so that's the surprising thing. And no work done here, folks.
You're fortunate.
This is wrinkle free.
But
here, look, Tony's held up the hair better. I think he made a trip to Turkey at one point.
Yeah, good.
And had these plugs put in.
Yeah, great.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Because he says he's going to Italy or Spain. But
got it.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
So, what's your background? How did you come to One Mighty Mill?
Again, I'm Tony's older brother. My background is as a psychologist, a school psychologist, and I worked in schools for over 25 years. And during the pandemic, I decided it was time for a change. I'd been working in the New Jersey area for many years because I went to grad school down there.
Wait, so you're flying through this. You got a PhD in psychology. How long did that take?
It's actually a side E. That took about 5 years, and I did that at Rutgers. My goal had always been to come back to Boston because I'm a Boston boy at heart.
But you're still flying through that, David. What kind of psychology interested you?
My training was as a clinical psychologist. And then as I was going through the training program, I realized I really liked working in schools and working with kids, and that's where I wanted my focus to be.
So I was doing that for about 25 years, about 11 years at a school for students with emotional and behavioral difficulties, and then about 11 years at a public school district in New Jersey, which was an amazing experience. And my plan had been to finish up down there, and then the pandemic happened, and things just got sort of crazy, and I was starting to burn out, and decided it was a good time for a change. So sold my house, left my job, decided to move back to Boston, and actually move in with my mom and stepfather for a little while, and take a year to kind of figure things out. Traveled to Europe for about 3 months, got to do that, which I'd never had the experience of, like getting to backpack for the summer or whatever. And then came back in January of 2020, I think it was, or 2021, or I don't know. Whenever the bread was getting launched and demoing was able to start happening again in Whole Foods, I was planning on applying for school jobs that spring. And while I was killing time that winter, they needed people to go demo in Whole Foods, so I was like, okay, cool, I'll do this. And it turned out I was okay at it, and that psychology, there's a lot of overlap between that and sales. So I did kind of well there, and then all of a sudden we found out that we were getting into Whole Foods in California. This was almost 2 years ago now, so that would have been 2022, I guess. And then that they were going to build mills here and then launch in California, and they needed someone to go and help with that. So I decided to do that, and then that meant I didn't apply to schools, and then all of a sudden the opportunities opened up at 1 month ago. Yeah.
But for you, you're passionate about what we do. Like it's kind of personal. I mean, obviously we've always felt it's a mission, but I think you really identify with what we're doing, and I think you talk about it better than almost anybody.
To me, what we're putting in our bodies is a big piece of, it's connected to mental health, and taking time to put healthy things in your body and take care of yourself with balanced things like exercise and sleep and other things like that is so key. And to be doing something where you feel like you're helping people was always important to me. And more as I was working in schools, it became harder and harder there was less and less contact time with kids, and more time doing other things, paperwork, managing emails, these kind of things. And getting to a job like this where you can be really helping to improve the quality of people's lives by improving what they're putting in their bodies is huge to me.
You know, I'm sure being a trained psychologist and then getting into the world of a startup is like obviously culture shock.
It's a big difference, but it's one of the things that's interesting is every day is different, and we have long-term goals as a company and objectives, but I feel like my job is very much about, in the moment, what do we need to do to help introduce the brand to the people in front of us, the stores in front of us. If we're doing that well, then the rest I think comes. Like with this, we have 4 pallets of bread. When you walk into a store and you think, oh my God, I gotta sell all that, that's really overwhelming. But that's why, to me, I don't really look at the numbers each day. The only reason I do that is because my boss likes to know what the numbers are. To me, it's about each individual connection with the customer and selling each individual loaf. And if you do that, eventually that pallet gets diminished in cases.
This is like a 4-day roadshow is super grueling. And it's also just like so much uncertainty and it's just stressful.
You are right, and it's a very focused thing. I've walked into Tony's kitchen and he keeps it light and fun, but he's running that kitchen. And if you try to touch something you're not supposed to touch, or there's a system there, so even though it has that kind of loose feel, he's running it. And I try to do the same thing at the Costco. I like to keep it light and fun and make people want to be there, but ultimately I want to control as many variables and make sure things go as right as possible. I think our personalities are similar in that way. Can we just notice my driving is outstanding?
Yeah, right.
I got 10 and 2.
We're only doing
10
the
and 2.
we're only doing the interview so we don't have to listen to your
10
music.
and 2.
Your music
Yes,
selection.
and again, he's criticizing my musical selection. The Fuji is great, you know.
It's very
Beautiful Day
esoteric.
by U2. We're playing that
Okay,
as it's raining
all right.
yesterday, and all of a sudden, look, we had a beautiful day.
Okay.
So
So-
that's positive psychology.
So just like to place this, you did road shows in LA.
Oh, yeah.
When was that? How long ago was that?
So we did it back in September. That was four weekends, which went well and led to us now being on Costco shelves in LA. And so one of the questions we were getting yesterday and from San Diego is, are you guys going to be here after, like, can I fall in, this is what happens in a lot of stuff, can I fall in love with you? Are you going to be here for me in the future? And what we'll tell folks is that that them buying at this roadshow shows Costco that we really should be there regularly, and that's their way of sending their message. And I've said that because folks in LA we're now in LA, and you folks buying here in San Diego shows that we need to be here in San Diego as well, and hopefully shows store chains in all across the country that we should be in all those stores.
We're almost at the Costco. What has to happen in the next hour and a half?
So we did a lot of prep last night. We're just going to go in and make sure that the product looks everything's set up nicely with our display. We're going to meet the team that's going to be cooking. Some of the folks who are cooking today were also there yesterday, so they already know the deal, but sort of just helping them understand, get a sense of the day. And then they'll start cooking up samples so that when the doors open at 10, we're ready to go. And then when that happens, Jesus, you'll come in and join us. I'm a sort of a camera, you will come join us, and you get to hear my pitch, which is loud and disruptive. So we're about to enter the Santee Costco, which is I think a little bit east of San Diego here.
This is like, in the US, this is as far from Boston where we started as it gets, so
Yes.
it's kind of cool that almost 6 years into this business, we're like at one of the biggest venues that you could be at on the other side of the country.
Exactly. Boston boys have made their roots in California.
Okay, well, I think it's time to get to work.
Yeah, chop chop.
Come on over. Help yourself to some strong milk organic bread. One mighty mill here. Here's the Costco.
The tower grain bread and the whole wheat bread. It's all stone milk, locally grown California wheat.
Come give us a taste. One mighty mill. New to Costco. Here to disrupt the bread industry. We have messed up flour in this country, folks. That's why so many people have trouble with gluten. Bye. Bye-bye. We're One Mighty Mill. New to Costco. We stone mill our wheat the old-fashioned way. Higher in protein, fiber, and vitamins than is it good? Do you like it?
It's about 4 o'clock. We've been demoing for about 6 hours now in Costco, and going really, really well. People are buying a lot of bread. People are sampling a lot of bread. Lots of positive responses from customers, which is really, really exciting. And seeing a lot of synergy. People who are coming here because they saw us on Instagram and wanted to come out and buy the bread. The interactions with customers fuel me. That's like the exciting part. It's the setting up, the cleaning up. That's what gets to be sort of exhausting. Thankfully, I've got a great crew here with CDS here at Costco that's helping to do all the cleanup. So it's great. Tony did a great job. I would definitely consider hiring him if he wanted to apply for a position working for me. Of course, I'd want to put him through a thorough interview process. No, but he's been great. He's been willing to do like whatever needs to be done. I know the selling is not his favorite thing, so I think he was really trying to push me to the front, but he was doing the sales pitch. He certainly did better as a salesperson than I would do as a chef. So I'd have to give him an A for his work over the past 2 days. Any advice to other startups that are trying to get into Costco? So I guess it really is having a good sense of your brand and what problem your brand is solving and how it's helping customers who are coming into Costco. So I think that's clear. That's the key, is having that sort of vision. In terms of how to get into Costco, that's our CEO, John, doing a lot of amazing work that I wasn't really involved in.
How did David do? Look, I mean, He did spectacularly. I think it's crazy that a PhD trained psychologist is the most incredible spokesperson for One Mighty Mill bread and the mission of Stone Milled Organic. So I think it's crazy that I never would have, pushed him to do the work that he does, but I'm very grateful he does because it benefits One Mighty Mill. It benefits what we're trying to do. And I think he loves it in his own way, which, is pretty cool. I think for me, what was really special is watching people interact with our product. I don't get a chance to do that much. I've got to take a red eye and get back to work tomorrow morning. I'm glad, because I'm better at baking. I'm better not talking to all sorts of people. I'd rather just focus on stone milling and baking. So I'm glad to go back to my comfort zone.
Have a good one.